Cameras all good for that? Yeah. Got England captain for this test match, Ollie Pope. Can we make sure phones are on silent? Please be quiet during the press conference. I'm going to start with Rory Dollard. Take questions from the English media and then open up to everyone else. Go ahead, Rory.
Hi, Ollie. Captain for the first time of the season. How different do you see the challenge within the side you're here in Pakistan compared to the last month or so that you might?
Oh yeah, I think it's slightly different in that you're obviously faced with different conditions. Look at the I think the fundamentals are generally the same. Pitch side that can kind of cater for both spin and seam, and we've got enough padding there sort of to back the whole way down. But no, I think as the game goes on, it'll be interesting to see how the pitch plays. No one's quite sure yet what kind of pitch we're going to be on, so I think it's just about adapting as the game goes on and using your cricket knowledge to try and find a way of taking 20 wickets in the field.
And you were last time, obviously, a good result. Last time, are you taking stuff from that in terms of how they went about things and how the team tried to sort of almost manufacture the game into opportunities?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the way Ben led in that Pakistan series a couple of years ago was phenomenal. I think obviously took a big risk in that first test, which paid off. And the nature of the pitch kind of dictated that if there was going to be a result, there was going to have to be a pay grade like that. So yeah, like I said, depending on how the pitches are, that's going to sort of depend on what I choose to do in the field and whether we bat the ball first. But I think it's going to be, no one's 100% sure what surface it's going to be on, so it might be fairly English conditions to start, and then with the heat it might break up as the game goes on. So it's just about adapting to that as well.
And Debenton's had a pretty good run of it for England recently in terms of certain goals and picked up a fair few wickets. You've got Brian McGrath for the first time here, just a bit of your experiences with Brian and what you think he lends to the team.
Yeah, to be fair, I've not played against Brian, and obviously seen him play some ODIs and T20s, but hadn't really faced him. I faced him yesterday in the Nets, and I think he obviously offers that extra pace. Obviously, with Mark Wood being out, that's a great option for us to have, and coming out here and the pitch might flatten out as the game goes on. So I think the pace he offers and the reverse swing that he can gain potentially as the game goes on is a real handy thing to have in our team. And obviously with the bat as well, he can provide some good low on the run. So he's such an exciting player to have into this team, and yeah, I'm sure he'll smash it this series.
We'll go Matt Roller, quick info, and then Chris Stokes.
Ollie, what do you see Chris Wood's role being in his first overseas test for a couple of years?
Yeah, I think obviously, again, he's one of those guys that firstly he can offer runs down the order, but I think the skills that he's got, I know he's been chatting to the guys and been working really hard on how he can sort of find a way of taking wickets with a kookaburra ball on some less responsive surfaces. And I think it kind of shows where he's at. He's still got that real hunger and desire to play a lot more Test cricket, which is brilliant for us. Obviously, missing Jimmy and Stuart Broad. It's a great opportunity for him to kind of fill in that role and use all the skills that he's got with the reverse and moving off the pitch as well and those different angles on the crease. So I'm excited for him. It's great for us to have him on tour. He's a guy who always wanted to be in the team, and yeah, like I said, he's been working hard on his game to try and find different ways of taking wickets on different surfaces.
Do you think he's a more complete bowler now than he last played overseas?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I said, he's been looking to constantly improve his game. He's been working hard, so yeah, absolutely. I think he's got some different options and different angles and skills that he can go and use throughout the series.
Chris, go ahead.
Hi. How important do you think Jack Leach's experience will be in this first test? Not just from bowling it before, but also with show coming through as well.
Yeah, brilliant. I mean, I think everyone's so happy to have Leach in and around the squad for this series, and I think we obviously saw how well he bowled last time here on pitches that weren't always offering a great deal, and his consistency and obviously being able to operate with the right arm off spin and a left arm spinner as well is great for us to cover those kind of bases. So yeah, and he's worked closely with Shoaib Bashir throughout his sort of Somerset career, and those guys get on really well. He's been great. Obviously, he's tough to miss out coming into this series, but I think the way he's dealt with that's been brilliant, and the way him and Shoaib work together on and off the pitch pitch, he's awesome as well. So hopefully those guys can really bounce off each other.
Do you anticipate calling on Joe Root's bowling a fair bit?
I mean, obviously having two frontline finger spinners, hopefully not necessarily too much, all being well. Those guys stay fit and healthy throughout games, but we know Rooty can be a bit of a golden arm as well at times. So if the pitch does flatten out at times and show Jack Leach need a rest, then Rooty's a great guy to lean on and shut the ball as well for a short spell too.
Take one more from the UK, Lawrence Brew, and then we'll open it up to the rest. Go ahead.
I just wondered what you felt you learned from the Sri Lanka series that you can put into practice now as a candidate.
Yeah, I think that constantly on the way I was kind of just learning on the job. I think there was obviously a lot spoken about how I managed sort of scoring runs and captaining the side, and then sort of seeing different. We were in all kind of different situations. Obviously, lost that last game, and played some really good cricket, but then obviously won the first two. So I think looking back, there's things I feel like I did really well throughout the series, and other things I can tighten up on as well, which I kind of leave in the changing room. But I think, yeah, probably my thing was just managing that captaincy side, that batting side, and saw the rewards in the last test. And yeah, it's just about kind of compartmentalising the two. But yeah, I think it's just good to be able to sort of speak in front of the group and constantly chatting with Baz and having that different insight on the game from the changing room, and finding the balance between what I'm seeing on the pitch and what I'm seeing in the changing room. And that's something that I can sort of take into this series as well. Obviously, my first time captaining abroad, so it'll be great to lean on those guys there, and obviously Ben's going to be around as well, so if he sees something too. So I think I can listen to the voices around me, but I still keep doing things in my own way.
Hey Ollie, this is Abubakar from Pringley. You handled on the square and the pitch, so do you think reverse will come into the play as last time England played here against Pakistan? English pacers got good reverse swing and bowled out Pakistan in the last inning, despite the spin track.
Yeah, I think obviously there's the pitch is fairly grassy around it, so it's not necessarily going to be a pitch that reverses from the 10th, 15th over, but depending on, especially with the heat as well, if the pitch does dry up, then we might see some reversing as later on in the innings, later on in the game. But at the minute, it doesn't necessarily look like it will reverse loads at the start. But yeah, obviously playing near 40 degrees, so those conditions could change throughout the week, and that's just something we're going to have to adapt to in a way.
Behind you, go ahead.
Hi Ollie, this is Abdul Hanan from British. So I have a question that in last time when we came, James Anderson was part of the squad, and he was a very, very experienced cricketer for you throughout his career. So now he is not in the side. So how this will affect as a bowling unit, because inexperienced bowling unit needs a leader. So one question is that, and you being Stokes when last time came here, he had a very good record here, and you are now the captain of the team. So how will you cope up this pressure?
Yeah, I think firstly, obviously, Jimmy did an amazing job when we were last out here. The way he bowled was phenomenal. The control that he provided us as a team, and the skills with his reversal and bowling were brilliant. And of course, any side that's going to miss Jimmy Anderson, but at the same time, we've obviously seen this summer that guys can step up and fill in for him. Obviously, as we were talking about Chris Wokes just now, obviously the skills that he's got, probably operating at a fairly similar pace, but he's been working hard on his skills so he can step up and be that real leader with the attack. And then we've obviously got Gus Atkinson off the back of a really hot summer, so a bit of extra pace with him and Brian Class too. So I think we've got the skill set to fill that gap that Jimmy's left. Obviously, it's never going to be easy, but it's going to be a great opportunity for those guys to learn and to bowl in some different conditions as well, and use their pace and their skills too.
Ollie is an old phenomenon that if you want to do good in subcontinent, you need to have good spinners. Jack is coming out of injury, and Shoaib is very young. Do you think that you have good quality spinner to disturb Pakistan?
Yeah, I think Jack's been fit now for about 6 months, so he's been rolling a lot this summer. that's great that he's got that under his belt. I think the way he showed up this year, and Jack Leach and Paul in their previous subcontinent tours showed up in India, started this year. I thought he was phenomenal. The control that he provided and the skills that he's got. It doesn't get sort of much of a tougher challenge. And obviously, some of the best players have spin, and the way he kind of stepped up to the plate as a lead spinner in that India tour was brilliant. And I'm sure we're looking to do the same with Jack Leach here, who's got the experience of bowling in India, obviously Pakistan and Sri Lanka as well. And yeah, we've got some, they're highly skilled bowlers, so yeah, I'm sure they're going to show that for that season.
Last one to the front, please.
Ollie, what difference do you see in the Pakistan team from the one you played against in 2022? Other than that, they have 2 Australians in the backroom staff and an Australian curing them.
Yeah, I think they've obviously not had their strongest run recently, but we still see they're a highly skilled side. Obviously, with the Australians obviously on the pitch, so we'll see if the pitches are slightly different, but there's a lot of the same faces in that squad, and I know, like I said, they've not had the easiest ride recently, but they're a team full of highly skilled players. Obviously, that guys like Baba, Shaheen, Nazim Shah, they're very good bowlers and batters, and they're going to be looking to sort of make their impact on this series. So, yeah, they're a team that we don't treat lightly at all, and yeah, we'll hopefully play our best cricket, and fingers crossed we're on the right side of the result at the end of the week in the series.
Thank you, thanks everyone. Cheers all.
Cheers, guys.